Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here today. I want to tell you a story. This story is real. It is slow, honest, and deeply connected to time. My name is Evelyn, and I am 73 years old now. When people see me today, they think I am calm and strong, but they don't know how many years it took me to understand simple truths. When I was young, I believed I had unlimited time. Tomorrow always felt far away, and I thought life would fix itself without effort. I woke up late, not because I was tired, but because I had no clear reason to wake up early. I did what was necessary, but never more than that. I stayed in my comfort zone. After finishing my daily work, I wasted hours watching things that added no value to my life. I scrolled, I talked, I dreamed, but I didn't act. I smiled in front of people, but inside I felt empty. I kept telling myself, I still have time. I will start when life gets easier, and one day I will change. Years passed quietly like this. 1 year became 5, 5 became 10, and suddenly I realized I was no longer young. One afternoon, I went back to my mother's old house after many years. The house was silent, filled with memories and dust. While cleaning an old cupboard, I found a small box. Inside it were letters and notebooks from the past. One letter caught my attention. It was written by my mother, but it was never sent to anyone. It was written for herself. The words were simple but heavy. It said, "Life will not wait for you to be ready, and time keeps moving, even when you don't." At first, I didn't react much. I closed the letter and put it back. But that night, those words stayed with me. Life will not wait. The next day, I watched people around me more carefully. Everyone was busy, everyone was moving forward, and suddenly I felt something painful. Life was going on, but I was standing still. For the first time, I felt afraid. Not of failure, but of regret. I asked myself what I would say about my life when I grow old, and I had no clear answer. That moment didn't turn me into a hard-working person overnight, but it made me aware, and awareness is where real change begins. I decided to observe my own life for just one day. I wrote down how I spent my time from morning to night. When I looked at the list, I felt ashamed. So much time wasted, so many hours gone without meaning. That night, I made a quiet promise to myself. I said, I will respect my time. I didn't wait for motivation or a perfect plan. I started the next morning by waking up just 20 minutes earlier. I sat near the window with a cup of tea and didn't touch my phone. At first, my thoughts were noisy and restless, but slowly my mind became calm. Those quiet mornings changed me. I started reading again, not difficult books, just simple ones. One page became two, two became five. Some days I didn't understand much, but I continued. I also started writing one small thought every night. Sometimes it was about my fears, sometimes my dreams, and sometimes just one honest sentence about my day. Writing helped me understand myself. It showed me how often I avoided effort and how often I made excuses. Slowly, I stopped blaming life and people. I stopped saying, I didn't get a chance. Instead, I asked myself, what can I do with what I have? I reduced useless talk. I stayed away from people who only complained and never worked. I learned to say no, even when it felt uncomfortable. Protecting my time became important to me. Some days were still very hard. I woke up tired. I skipped reading. I wasted hours again. But instead of quitting completely, I returned the next day. Progress was slow, but it was real. Weeks passed, then months. People around me noticed changes. I spoke less and listened more. I became more patient. I felt stronger inside, not because life became easy, but because I became disciplined. One day, a young woman talked to me. She said she felt lost and confused about her future. When I listened to her, I saw my younger self. I shared my story with her and said one simple sentence: respect your time before you regret it. Years later, she came back and thanked me. She told me those words stayed in her mind and helped her change small habits. That's when I understood something important. One sentence, at the right moment, can change a life. Now I am old. I am not famous, and I'm not rich, but I have peace. I don't rush anymore, but I don't waste time either. I enjoy simple things like quiet mornings, reading slowly, and helping others when I can. Now I want to talk to you. If you feel lazy, lost, or confused, it does not mean you are weak. It only means you are unaware, just like I was. But if you are listening to this story, awareness has already started. You don't need to change everything today. You just need to take one small step. Wake up a little earlier. Read one page. Write one honest thought. Reduce distractions. Time is passing whether you move or not, so choose to move. I ignored this lesson for many years, and I hope you don't. Thank you for listening.